Thanksgiving is 1 week from today. It's shaping up to be one of the busiest holidays this year, with nearly 55 million people expected to travel over the holiday period. That is according to AAA. That is up 1.5% from last year. This comes amid growing concerns about safety in airports after TSA officials found a knife inside a laptop in a Richmond International Airport in Virginia.
Do that?
I don't know. For more on this, let's bring in TSA Administrator David Pekoske. David, it's great to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Great to see you as well. Thank you.
So this incident in Richmond comes after a Frontier passenger was able to bring a box cutter onto a flight from Cincinnati to Tampa. Are you concerned about safety as we approach one of the busiest travel periods? What happened there?
Well, what happened there was a box cutter in a passenger's carry-on bags was not detected in our screening process. And so it got on board an airplane. The pilot did the right thing and diverted as quickly as he could to another airport so we could handle that passenger. What we do whenever that happens, it's very, very rare that that happens. When it does happen, and this occurred last Friday evening, from Friday evening all the way through Saturday, me, my senior team, and the local team were looking at what happened and what we needed to do to make sure that it didn't happen again. So we put changes in place, both with respect to our training and clarity on our standard operating procedures. And I'm confident that those two changes will ensure that we don't have a repeat of this.
And so, you know, things are really ramping up. A lot of people are going to be traveling. Does the TSA have the resources needed to deal with the expected number of travelers this long weekend?
You're right. I mean, things are ramping up, and we've seen actually a greater recovery this fall as compared to pre-pandemic levels than we did during the summer in terms of percentage difference between 2019 and 2022. We expect that this weekend, this upcoming Thanksgiving weekend, will again, pretty much every year, the Sunday following Thanksgiving is the busiest day of the year for air travel. So if you look at 2019 numbers, that was almost 3 million passengers going through our checkpoints. Just to give you a reference point, on an average day, 2.3 million people go through our checkpoints. So we expect that the Sunday following Thanksgiving will again be the busiest. Don't think it will be in excess of pre-pandemic levels, but the other busy days will be the Tuesday before, the Wednesday before, and then the early morning hours of Thanksgiving Day itself.
So, David, what advice would you give to travelers traveling by air over the holiday period? I wonder if the policies that the TSA have in place, many of those policies date back to the aftermath of September 11th. And you know, for example, I remember my wife once got dinged by, there's a perfume maker, a very well-known perfume maker that makes a perfume that is, the bottle is in the shape of a grenade. And I guess that showed up on the scan, right. But when they pulled it out, it's perfume. It's clearly, it's a glass bottle, and they took it because you can't have anything that looks even like.
No, but what about liquids? How much liquid was in there? Isn't there like a liquid?
No,
cap?
It was small. It was less. It was under the 3 ounce. It was under the 3 ounces. But I just thought to myself, I mean, it seems excessive sometimes, some of the things that, you know, yes, a real grenade should not go into carry-on luggage, but a perfume diffuser that kind of looks in spirit like a grenade, why is that dinged?
And, you know, just to add on to that, too, sometimes what I found in my own recent travels is that there seems to be inconsistent expectations.
That's true.
That there are times when, you know, I start taking off my shoes and then I hear, no, we don't take off our shoes. And then, you know, at the next stop, I do have to, David. And maybe there's obviously things that I don't know, you know, happening behind the scenes. But I guess people have questions, you know?
Sure. No, I understand. And with respect to the perfume bottle, if something looks like it could cause damage, that we prohibit that item because we don't want other people to react to when they might see that. And to your point earlier about, you know, hey, TSA was formed right after 9/11. Our mission was to protect the country going forward across the entire transportation system. We constantly look at the intelligence, the streaming, to give us an indicator as to what groups can do or are planning to do with respect to any incident in the United States in the transportation system. So we keep things in place, and it might have been put in place many years ago. It wouldn't still be in place if we didn't still think it was a concern. Now, what we need to do, though, and we are doing this, is we've been working for years in developing technologies that will help us better detect some of those items so that passengers don't have to take things off, for example, with shoes for non-pre-check passengers. And so, Anne-Marie, if you went through a pre-check lane, you shouldn't have had to take off your shoes unless you were randomly selected for regular screening. And we always do random selections because that's our way of making sure that, hey, the protocols that we have are still effective protocols. If you're randomly selected and we see across the system that a high proportion of random selectees do have items in their shoes, for example, then we might change the pre-check policies, right? So it's a very significant and important step in our security protocols. But rest assured, we always look at what we're permitting and not permitting through our screening checkpoints, and always taking a keen focus on the intelligence information that we have. The other thing to think about too, in terms of items that are prohibited, we have a really significant issue with people bringing firearms into the checkpoint. We're gonna again break a record. We broke a record last year. Almost it was a little over 5,900 firearms in our checkpoints, which we detect in our screening process, and then we turn those firearms over to local law enforcement and then proceed with a civil penalty action, which would include an investigation to determine the circumstances with respect to those passengers. But we're going to exceed last year's number, which was a record itself. This year, we might even exceed it in the month of November. So that will likely bring us over 6,000 firearms in our checkpoints. And then I just add another piece to it. If you look at all those firearms, 87% this year so far have been loaded, which means magazine inserted or chambers. So when you think about this, I would just ask people to think about the skill and the professionalism of our officers in being able to detect these items that none of us want to see in the sterile area of an airport or certainly on board an aircraft.
But David, why are people bringing firearms? You would think that this would be common knowledge at this point. What do you hear from people when they explain why they have a loaded firearm in their luggage?
Yeah, what people almost always say is that I forgot I had it in my carry-on bag. But if you just think about that for a second, if you forgot where your firearm was, and particularly if your firearm was loaded, that's a problem all by itself. And the second problem is clearly, I don't think anybody would think that it's okay to bring a firearm on board an aircraft in 2022. So, we continue to message this. The messaging clearly isn't having the effect that we need to have. We continue to pursue civil penalty action, and we always turn over those cases to local law enforcement, because in some cases it's a violation of local law, or the law enforcement officer will either seize the weapon or direct the passenger back to a different location to either store or give their weapon to somebody else. But really, this varies by jurisdiction, of course, because that involves local law.
And David, that's really concerning. I know we're talking about a serious topic, but I do encourage people to check out the TSA's Instagram account.
Yes.
It's probably one of the best Instagram accounts out there. It's super fascinating and interesting and often funny. And
we thank you, David, and all of the men and women who serve in the Transportation Security Administration, because we know it's a very, very difficult job. And I know air travel is one of the most frustrating experiences that anybody can have. But if you've got to be somebody who's prohibiting a passenger from moving quickly through a line or through a checkpoint, that's another level of frustration that few people can understand. So we salute you and the men and women.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for the shout out on our social media. We work very hard to make sure we attract viewers so we can get those messages across. And I'm incredibly proud to serve with the men and women in TSA. So thanks for having me today.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, David.